I just finished reading the book by Virginia Giuffre, which is called Nobody's Girl, a memoir of surviving abuse and fighting for justice. Virginia was one of the girls who was sexually abused by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell for a number of years. A number of the girls were abused by Epstein locally at his home in Palm Beach or in Manhattan. Virginia was actually traveling quite often with Epstein, going with him to Epstein Island, and was given to a number of Epstein's friends or associates in order to have intercourse with them while she was a minor. So she has a much deeper understanding of the ways in which Maxwell and Epstein's whole operation worked. This was a very, very difficult read because there was just so much trauma and abuse that this young girl experienced at such a young age. Abuse committed by family members, abuse committed by strangers, and this was all before she even met Ghislaine and Jeffrey. And then we find out how she was sort of recruited by Ghislaine and brought into this web, and you really do understand the reasons why she would stay. First of all, she was groomed. Second of all, they were giving her so much money, which for someone her age is completely unheard of. And she also just really didn't have the family support, which I think tended to be the case with a lot of the young girls that were brought into this world. So we learn and hear about a lot of the abuse that she experienced as a child. And then we learn about how she was finally able to escape from this life. And then we hear about her new life with her husband and her children, and then all of the different ways she was involved after the fact in trying to hold Epstein, Maxwell, and other people within their orbit to account for the atrocities that they committed against these young girls. Overall, I would say it was a very, very good book. Very necessary reading with everything that's going on right now with the Epstein files. I feel like it would be in the news much more often if it wasn't for the fact that Trump started this war in Iran. It's just such an insider look into the way in which these depraved, evil people operated. Like, what really stood out to me was this level of smugness that Epstein had. He would bring Virginia around to, they would go to the airport together. He would bring her to parties. She would meet famous people, like when she was on a jet with Epstein and Bill Clinton. And it's like he's literally throwing the fact in everyone's face that this man is around all of these young girls and nobody is doing anything about it. You could tell that he just really felt like he was completely above the law. My question as I was reading it is how exactly did Jeffrey Epstein have all of this money? But that will be a further deep dive for another time.